Okay, friends. So I hope you have thought over the ideas that we have shared with you. It's a continuous series of talk. And the most important part of it is, as we have been seeing from yesterday, to understand about yourself. The word I. Because if you ask any individual to introduce himself, please, any time, any person you ask to introduce himself, every person, irrespective of man, woman, child, young, old, rich, poor, believer, non-believer, black, white, it just doesn't matter. Everybody shall begin with one word. If I say, please introduce yourself, what shall you say? You will start with, I am. Now, you don't have to worry about introducing yourself to others. If you feel ashamed to say, who are you? I'm a poor man, I'm an old man, I'm an ugly man, I'm uneducated. If you don't feel like telling those type of identities which you don't like about yourself, I don't want to tell that to others. At the same time, when you try to tell something that I'm the PhD, FRCS, I'm the ambassador, this or that, people will not believe you, they will laugh at you, say, this fellow is a daydreamer, stupid. So, resolve it in yourself. Don't talk to anybody else. You sit down and you think for yourself. If I have to answer myself, if I have to introduce myself to myself, what shall I say? How will I introduce myself to myself? Who am I? What is your final answer? Because this is one question, who are you, who you are, it's not one question for one answer for one question. There are million answers for one question. Who are you? Make the list, please. Please make the list. Who are you? I am, yes. You are already announcing yourself. I am, yes. Even inevitably you shall tell a name. But you have a name. I am asking who you are. Very simple, friends. Think like a child. Who you are. I am asking who you are. Why are you telling me what you have? Why are you telling me? You have a name. You could have been named anything other than Ram, Hari, Krishna, David, Muhammad or whatever. A name has been given to you. It's not you, it's your name. It's a name that belongs to you. It's not you. If you say I am educated, it's a degree. That is again you have, that's not you. If you say you are rich or poor, it's a poverty, is a condition that you have. Riches is a condition that you have. Even people lose themselves. I'm black, I'm white, I'm brown. You are not black, your body is black. You are not brown, your body is brown. You are not white, your body is white. You are not yellow, your body is yellow. I'm short, I'm tall. It's not you. You have a body which is short and tall. Think of it, because yesterday I gave you that point, I hope you have thought it over. A person says, how can I be immortal? You cannot escape immortality. Think of that, connect it up nicely. You cannot escape immortality. Because if you understand the concept of immortality, that means which never dies. Never dies means what? It shall never be absent at any time or in any place. When you say somebody dead means what? He is no more available in ashram. He is no more available in your house. When you say person is dead means what? Dead means what? That body is no more available in your house, in your village, in your country, in your continent, in this whole world, in this whole universe. It's not there. It suffers an absence, annihilation. So something to be immortal, it must exist at all times, not only in year 5000 BC, but in 5000 AD, at all times, million years before, million years after, still must exist. And at all places, at this moment you are dead to your village, to your house, to your whatever you are. Now you are alive here. After some time you shall be dead to this hall, you shall go to your room, you will be dead to your room, you will go to the seashore, you will go to there from Tamil Nadu to somewhere. But you are still existing in place, therefore you think you are alive. But once this disintegration takes place, the body is disintegrated, is not available at any time, in any place. So that which is immortal must be available at all times and all places. So what is that something which is available at all times and all places? That only will be immortal. Acha. If it has to be available, listen carefully, if it has to be available at all times and all places, in and through everything, Desha, Kala, Patra, time, space, objectivity. Science deals with it, art deals with it, thinking deals with it. It should be available at all times, all places, and necessarily therefore in and through everything. It cannot suffer, understand, it cannot suffer absence at any time, any place, or in any object. That means what? It's a formidable presence. A presence that nobody can ever shake it. Vinasham abhyasyasya nakaschit kartumarati. How beautifully in Bhagavad Gita it says, asya abhyasya vinasa, the vinasa, the destruction of this indestructible, imperishable, nakaschit kartumarati. Nobody can do it. Bhagavan api na kartumarati. I mean, God himself cannot destroy it. Nothing. There is nothing other than it to destroy it. It is in and through everything. If it is available at all times, all places, in and through everything, necessarily it must be in and through me too. Me too. You are helplessly infinity absolute. What is that something which is infinite in me? That is what exactly you see. Because you are so much taken by the idea, I am a mortal. If you cannot accept you are immortal, listen carefully friends. I told you yesterday, deliberately I am repeating it because you must say it for yourself. If you cannot accept that you are immortal, you have no business to accept that you are mortal. Why? You can't say you are mortal. Your body is mortal. Your body is mortal. Body has a mortality. Your body is black, your body is white, your body is young, your body is old, your body is a girl or a boy. Have you not seen today in our generation? You are not comfortable with a man's body, you change it to a woman's body. You are not comfortable with a woman's body, you change it to a man's body. What shall you say thereafter? Until 20 years I am a man, after that I am a woman, or I was a woman, now I am a man. That means what? Gender consideration doesn't belong to you, it belongs to your body. Until yesterday you are rich, property change hand, you are poor. Nothing happens to property, something happens to you, your identity. Understand carefully. If you say, how can I be immortal? Same questions are, how can you be mortal either? Mortality in relation to something. Your body is mortal. Your body is changing from childhood, youth to old age. I am a child, I am a baby, I am young, I am old. Understand that point. I have told you sometimes back, you are a 15-year-old boy or a girl, just a 15-year-old youngster. How old are you, baby? How are you? I'm fine, I'm young, I'm teenage. Okay. Suppose when you are 15, can you ever say, I am 50? When you are 15. Can you say I am 50? No, you cannot. Because now your body is 15-year-old. If you want to say I am 50-year-old, wait for 35 years. For a body to survive for 35 years. And then one day on your 50th anniversary, golden anniversary, you shall say I am gold. 35 years. 50 years. 75. You cannot say. So what are you identifying with? Understand, friends. Your physical body. And this mortality, change and mortality belongs to the body. It is born in time, growing in time, born in space, sustained in space, and it is a limited object because limited in time, limited in space. Are you getting that point, please? Just like this flower. Limited in time, limited in space. Yesterday it was not, tomorrow it will not be. Don't have to worry about this. Think of your own creation. You built your own house. You are fulfilling your dream. Swamiji, I am building a new house now. Huge palace, 100 room, 1000 room, 1500 room like the king of Brunei. You can build a huge palace. One day the palace will break out. You think it will last forever? You built a palace. Your body is built. It will also die. It has its mortality. Think, friends. So, for you to say, I am mortal, you cannot say you are mortal. Your body has the mortality. That changes, that dies. In the same way also, your sense organs. Your sense organs, they also change. Andatva, mandatva, patutva, dharma. Eyes are bright when you are young, dull when you are 30, 40. Then you say, manda is cataracted, it is totally blinded, or it is blind. These are the nature of the eyes. So easy to understand it. Understand, so easy to understand. Why? Because come back to that point. With what do you see the light? Go back to that verse. We deal with the Shankara. Please get into that verse. To introduce to yourself the light of consciousness, to the infinity absolute in yourself, this beautiful example of light, the seeing and hearing and touching and tasting will be fantastic. The child is asked to be like a child, friends, sit down. Don't sit down there as PhD. Don't sit down there FRCS, ABCDE. Don't sit down like that. Just be a baby. Why is it difficult for people to understand? Because instead of being introduced to the simple reality that he is, you have moved into complicated identities that you have, millions of identities. That is why people find it difficult. I'll explain to you very clearly, please see that. A child is asked, Shankara so nicely, easily in one verse explains the whole thing, Ekashloki. Kim Jyotistava Bhanumana Hanime. The question asked a child, a person, very young boy, or young boy, not necessarily young boy. You can be 40, 50-year-old also, first time you are coming to ask this question. You are like a child, you don't understand anything. So he goes to the teacher asks the question. Tell me, with what light do you see everything? Kim Jyotista Ahani, in daytime, with what light do you see everything? The person says, Bhanuman, sun. The children will not think twice. Adults are conditioned. Because the moment you ask a question, light goes up. What? Shall I say? Shall I not say? Is it right? Is it wrong? Because they have got too many ideas. That is why that spontaneity is gone for the adult person. The child, if you say, with what light do you see everything? Sunlight. Straight question. Children will at once, all the children will say, sunlight. That is why the other day I was telling you, some place I had gone, there 2, 3 fellows, children, I will never forget. They're sitting down there, before I ask a question, even I finish the question, answer has come. With what do you see everything in the daytime? Sun is come already. But they are so smart. Simple sunlight. Ratro, With what light do you see everything in the night? Because sun is not there. Pradipadikam, I see everything in the night in pradipa, the lamps. Not the electricity also, it can fail, Pradipa, you put on the lamp, put it in your house, protected from breeze, pradipa, okay, pradipa. So with what light do you see everything in the night? Pradipa, the light, the lamp. Rabidipa darshana vidho kim jyotirakhyahime. If you see everything in the day with this sunlight, and you see everything in the night with the light of the lamp, with what light do you see the light of the sun and the light of the lamp? Chakshu, eyes. The children are very smart. They will do that. Eyes. With the light, with the eyes you see the light of the sun and the light of the lamp. Yes. But baby, think. Tasya unmilanadi nimilanadi samaya unmilana nimilana. When you are closing your eyes, opening your eyes, how, with what light do you see with your eyes closing and opening? We don't never think of it. Nobody has introduced us to us. We are totally lost in the perceived physical dimension. The moment you close your eyes, that zone is unknown, mysterious. As though forbidden zone. Nobody must talk about it. But that is from where everything begins. With what light do you see? When your eyes, that your eyes close, that your eyes open, with what light do you see? The child says, buddhi, mind. Whatever that you see by mind, thoughts. Because if thought is somewhere, your eyes are open, but you don't see. You are sitting down in front of your house, one elephant has gone. Somebody asked, did you see? What? An elephant? No. Eyes open, elephant has gone. Why didn't you see? Mind is somewhere. You listen to my classes, a joke, everybody laughs, one fellow will not be laughing. What happened to him? His ears are there, mind is somewhere. So, with the light of the mind, I see the eyes opening and closing. That is why many people are not aware of their physical activity. They eat until the stomach is like this, and then they stop. Just look at don't look at yourself. You listen to the talk, discussion of the people. You shall see mindless meandering. You start somewhere, goes somewhere. Why? Mindless. Absolutely mindless. Somewhere. Therefore, what you are doing, you are not knowing. So your eyes are closing and opening. How do you know? With the mind. Because somewhere you will not know it. If it is here, okay. With what light do you see? Mind. Means thoughts. Listen. So the next question teacher asks, Dhiyo darshane kim jyotirakhyayame. What is the light with which you see your thoughts? Because, listen, your thoughts are created by perception. Our eyes do not create this flower. The flower doesn't create my eyes. Your eyes do not create what your eyes see, report. Neither the flower that you see or things that you see create your eyes. Eyes are independent. Listen carefully. When you look at the object, your eyes see the object, what happens? True to the perception, the thought of the object takes place. That is why there are a million things in the universe, but things that are not seen by you, thoughts will not be there. The sounds that are not heard by you, those thoughts will not be there. Can you imagine What is underneath this land 1,000 feet down? What trees are there? But how many varieties of fish inside the ocean? Why? Why? Just because there is an objective universe, thoughts will not be there in your head until the corresponding sense organ sees the corresponding sense object. So the ears hear the sound, that thought will come. Skin touches, feels something, you shall feel it. If you have never seen snow, if you have never felt ice, you will not understand what it means to be cold. If you have not gone to Sahara desert to be 52 degrees centigrade, you cannot imagine what type of heat it will be. If you have not tasted a food, think about it. Please tell me how does the chili chocolate taste? Or how does the whale head taste? Some fellows already vomit, right? How will the dhatura taste? What is dhatura? Understand. Please see the beauty of it. For the thoughts to be created, your eyes are needed, ears are needed, tongues are needed, nose is needed, skin is needed. But true to the perception of the thought takes place with helping as though the ears, eyes, the sense organs help you to create the thoughts. They don't help. You use them to create your thoughts. But once the thoughts are created, eyes cannot see it, ears cannot hear it, tongue cannot taste it, nose cannot smell it, skin cannot touch it. It's a different world. That is our friends. From this vast universe, through this tiny body, through a set of five sense organs, we create a little world from within ourselves, and that is your personal universe in which you live for the rest of your life. What is not in your head will not affect you. Are you getting that point, please? My father, my mother, my brother, my friends, my childhood memories, my memories until now, does it affect you? Seven billion people, their memories do not affect you. That is why everybody is so philosophical and so wise in relation to other people's thinking. When somebody says, my father died, I don't know what to do, don't worry. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityu dhruvam janmam tasya cha. The born is, the birth, one who is born will die, one who is die will be born, don't worry about it. Because somebody's father. It has nothing to do with your thought. Why it is nothing to do, doesn't bother you? Because the other person for whom the father or the mother or the brother, somebody is gone, why that bothers them? If the thoughts are there, object is not there. The thoughts drive them crazy. I miss my mama, I miss my papa, I miss my husband, I miss my lover, I miss my... Thoughts. That is why individually every person systematically persecuted by his own thought. You are not affected by other people's thought. Very, very objective in relation to other people's thought. That is why Paraupadesha Panditya, it's Sanskrit words. Paraupadesha Panditya, everybody is dexterous in advising others. But when it comes to himself, collapses. It's like the movie people, entertainers, very dexterous in entertaining others, totally shattered inside, drug addicts, depressed, and when they come out of depression, when the whole world say, oh, how honest he is, how honest. What is the honesty about it? What is the honesty about it? You are depressed, fix it. Have you seen a child born depressed? Born alcoholic? Born anything? No. Listen. So the thoughts are created. So these thoughts, think, how do you see? With what light? Who sees it? The child will say, I. They are not ashamed to say I. Who says it? I. Ask an elderly fellow, who says it? Brahman, my foot. Some words they pick up somewhere. Third eye. Please, don't give that word. Feel, see it. With what do you see? See that, recognize that. Don't give a name to it. A name is your choice. The nameless is not. Who you are is not your choice. What names you have, you can pick it up, you can dump it. That is why this tradition, Upanishads, all these things, Vishnu Sahasranama, Shiva Sahasranama, Lalita Sahasranama, thousands of names of God. All names mean only one thing. If we understand one word, million words explode into one stillness. So with what thoughts, with what light do you see? There it is not seeing anymore. Because in relation to eyes, understand, in relation to eyes we use the language seeing. In relation to ears, you need hearing. In relation to tongue, we say tasting. In relation to nose, we say smelling. In relation to skin, we say touching. Can you say the eyes know? Knowing is not the faculty of the eyes. Ears do not know. Knowing is not the faculty of the ears. Knowing is not the faculty of the hand. Sensing, yes, sensing, sensation, beautiful. Tongue doesn't know, senses, reports the taste, knows, smells, report the smells, sensing, seeing, hearing, touching, tasting, smelling. The moment you go to a thought level, how do you, with what light do you see your thought? Knowing. You know. How do you know? Knowing means being conscious. There is a difference between perceiving, listen. Seeing is a perception. Eyes don't know. Eyes see. You know through your eyes. Ears hear. Ears don't know. You hear through your ears. So you know the ears hearing, you know the eyes seeing, you know the tongue tasting, you know the your nose smelling. You also know through these perceptions, the thoughts that take place, you also know that. You know eyes seeing the flower. When the flower is gone, eyes are closed, you still know eyes don't see and the world is not visible. You still know ears are deaf, sounds are not audible. That doesn't dismiss you. The thoughts are there. The thoughts you know. Knowing principle. Ask the child, how do you see it? There you are. Conscious. Are you conscious? Do you know it? Yes. I told them a story. Babies, you know that there are, Shiva has got 3 eyes. Everybody know this story. Yes. These are the 2 eyes for everybody. Yes. What is the 3rd eye? Jnana Chakshu. The eye consciousness. Not eye of consciousness. The eye that is consciousness. The principle, the knowing principle, in whose presence you see all thoughts. Who knows your thought? Can you say, my papa? No, let me ask my papa. Let me ask my mummy. No. You know the thought. So what is the light? Please see. Instantaneous. What is the light with which you see during the daytime? Sunlight. Nighttime, light of the lamp. The light of the sun and the light of the lamp. With what light do you see? Light of my eyes. With what light do you see when the eyes close and open? Mind, the thoughts. With what light do you see when the thoughts disappear, the absence of the thought? Or the presence, just like eyes opening and closing, thoughts appearing, disappearing. How do you know? This knowing principle, universal. So who sees that? With what light do you see the thoughts appearing, disappearing? Eyes closing, opening? Objects seen, not seen? That's something always there. And this child says, Tatraham, I am there. Tasmad bhavan paramakam jyotihi. Therefore, O child, you are the light of love lights. Yes. Tadasmi Prabhu, O Lord, I am that. Introducing. You understand, friend, the sad part of it is, I must tell that. Deliberately I wrote it down. Most people will not change when they see the light. Listen carefully. I beg you, request you. Think for yourself, friends. Most people will not change when they see the light. They change when they feel the heat. Nobody will change by looking, seeing the light. They will change when they feel the heat. The light of immortality doesn't change you, but the heat of mortality will take the hell out of your life. That is why everybody is waiting for pain, disaster, grief, deception, headache, complication, aggression. What are they doing? Love will not wake you up. Your self-hatred will create problem for you. You will not believe love. Why? You are not aware of yourself. But the hatred makes you aware of yourself. Think of it, friends. Not many will change by seeing the light of immortality. And here the seeing does not mean you have to go somewhere. Listen carefully. Yesterday I told you. That by which you are seeing everything. With your eyes you see million things. Where shall you go to see your eyes? You are carrying it with you. Do you really understand? Do you really understand? If you do, you are the happiest man in this universe. No comparative. Everybody is that happiness, absolute. Simplest. With your ears you shall listen thousands of different sounds. Where shall you go to be with your ear? To go with the fall of the waterfall, sound of the waterfall, roaring ocean, roaring tiger. You have to go to places. Those sounds are not everywhere. But where shall you go? To be with your ear. Where shall you go to be with your tongue, with your skin, with your nose? The moment the eyes see, the sight becomes a thought. Beautiful thoughts. How many different thoughts in your head? Think. How many different sounds in your head? The moment the sounds are created, the thought of the sound, the thought of the touches, thought of the taste, thought of the smells, thought of the sights, taste are created, you are no more caring for your physical body or the universe, because you are lost in your little personal universe of memories of all kinds. With what light do you see all your memories of all kinds? And that memory, you name it something, call it knowledge. Memory also forgotten. Bhagavan beautiful says in Bhagavad Gita, Matta smrutir jnanam apamohanam cha. Here Arjuna, comes from me the memory, smruti, jnanam, the knowledge, apamohanam, forgetfulness. A thought is memory. See, you see this flower. For 1 minute, 1 second, it will be a memory. You don't know the name. Nobody named it for you. If it did not name for you, listen, if I don't name it for you, it will not stay in your mind. Sometimes it will go, forgotten. Suppose I named it, you smell it, beautiful smell. What is this? Sugandharaj, the king of the fragrance. Oh, what is that? Oh, that picture has been named, it is become a knowledge. The same thought with a name, knowledge. Without a name, passing thought. In time, forgotten. Even the knowledge also can be forgotten, the thoughts go away. So these three things happens at the level of the thought. Smruti, jnanam, apamohanam. Wonderful. What a tradition. So same thought is a memory, knowledge, forgetfulness. Object of your memory, object of your knowledge, object of your forgetfulness. The whole universe comes on that. But these three things, with what light do you see? Your eyes do not have smruti, jnanam, apamohanam. Your body, your senses don't have the memory, nor do they have the knowledge, nor do they have the forgetfulness. With what light do you see these three conditions? Tatraham. There I. And you don't have to say I to say I am conscious. Why? Do you need to say I see for your eyes to see? Mahadeva. Do you need to say I am breathing for your body to breathe? Do you need to say I am old for your body to grow old? You understand, friends, you are every little stupid wall is challenged for eternity, so that you discover the beauty of yourself. But people don't like it. Nobody shall change seeing the light of the immortality, as though the light doesn't change them. The heat of the light changes them. The heat of mortality will wake you up. Light of immortality, the loftiness, the grandeur of the silence doesn't wake you up. Cyclonic, coming the light, the cyclone coming in 100, 200, 300 kilometer speed. Everybody is frightened. The roaring ocean, the tsunami, the volcanic eruption, that will frighten the hell out of everybody. Silence, all pervasive, everywhere. How many people are enjoying it? Have you ever enjoyed the silence of the midnight? You enjoy this silence of the midnight in your room, sleeping. When the whole world is asleep, why don't you wake up a little bit and to feel that you are the only one participating in the silence of the universe? I tell you, because most of my nights go there. It's beautiful. Swamiji, you are staying in this room, that's where you are going up. Somebody has cut off your leg to go up to your floor of your, wherever you are. Everybody is staying in a house, there is a roof. And should you go to roof for enjoying silence? Garden, what is happening? No, that is not there. You like the heat of the fire. Think, friends. With what light do you see this? Tatra. When shall we introduce anybody to this knowledge? Friends, the more and more I am convinced, when the child is 7, 8 years old, that is the time we should tell it out. Because he remembers clearly the principle of perception, the principle of knowledge, the principle of knowing, experiencing, the principle of experiencing. Listen carefully, as I told you. What your eyes see, millions of things, to see them you go everywhere. But that by which you see, where should you go? Your eyes are with you. Listen, if you call see, remember this one. If you call seeing is an experiencing, hearing is an experiencing, touching is an experiencing, smelling is an experiencing, that's why we use the word, right? Touching, seeing the flower, experience it. I see it, but you have not experienced the fragrance, so experience the fragrance of it, touch of it, experiencing the touch of it, taste of it. Take a little flower, eat it, taste of this flower. It will be beautiful. Many flowers are edible. You touch it, listen to it. Some sound will come. You are experiencing it. Listen carefully. To experience the flower, you must have the flower, you must have your eyes. To experience seeing the flower, the eyes must be there, the flower must be there. To experiencing the seeing by your eyes, listen carefully, to experience the flower by your eyes, the flower must be there, eyes must be there. To experience the seeing, flower is needed, only eyes are needed. To experience the seeing, objects are not needed. Experience seeing, eyes are needed. To experience the sound, sound is needed. To experience hearing the sound, sound is needed. But to experience the hearing, sound is not needed. So to experience the experiencing of seeing, eyes are needed. To experience the experiencing of hearing, the ears are needed. Just to experience, not seeing or hearing, eyes are not needed. Ears are not needed. You are already there. That by which you experience everything. Hearing, seeing, tasting, touching, even thinking, you are experiencing. Thoughts you are experiencing. Smriti, the memories, there's knowledge, forgetfulness. To experience that, what do you need? Experiencing is not seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, smelling. Experiencing is not the presence or absence of a thought. Experiencing is not the presence of the object or anything. Anubhava Swarupa, that is your nature. Where should you go? To experience a sound, you have to go to the sound far away. But to experience the hearing of the sound, sound you have to go near the sound. But to experience the hearing, you are here, just experience the hearing. To experience the thought of the sound, Even ears are not needed, sound is forgotten. You are experiencing the thoughts of every kind, as a memory, as a knowledge, as forgetfulness. Just to experience what thoughts are needed. Neither I thought is needed. Nothing is needed. Close your eyes for a minute, friends. Where should you go? Which object you must look for? Sound, touch, taste, smell, sight. Which sense organ you should wait for? What type of physical titillation you shall wait for? What should you hear or should not hear? Touch or not touch, taste or not taste. For you to experience the thought, objects are not needed. Your body, your sense organs are not needed. The thought is there. To experience the thoughts are needed. Just to experience, to be conscious, no thoughts are needed. In all these things, friends, sound exists, may not exist. Sight exists, may not exist. Ears may be there, may not be there. Eyes may or may not be there. Your bodies grow old. Your memories may be there, may not be there. Everything fades away. Yourself, the awareness. Name it if you choose. The nameless anubhava, the experiencing, whether no words, no sensation, no thought, no perception, no object. Always there. Where should you go, friends, to be that? At what time? Should it be a morning, midday, midnight, winter, summer, rainy season? Which place must you travel? Mountains, deserts, dig a hole under the sea, or interplanetary, intergalactic travel. Wherever you are, there it is. Wherever your body is, there it is. Wherever your thought is, there it is. Any time, any place, in any condition, let it be childhood, youth, old age, health or disease, married, unmarried, divorced, destroyed, rich or poor, believe, no belief, name, no name. Nothing matters. At all times, all places, in all conditions. It exists, immortality. That is something in all of us. Never born to die, never dead to be born. Eternal, Nitya Sarvagata Sthanu, Achaloyam Sanatana. No weapons can destroy, no water can drown, no fire can burn, no breeze can blow it away. Nitya, eternal, Sarvagata, all-pervasive, at all times, all places, immobile, Tasmat, Sanatana, eternally fresh. Just see that, friends. I'll tell you one sentence, after that we shall see tomorrow. See that very clearly. And a child must be introduced, 5, 10-year-old. Because, I have to tell it out, friends, because long before you are introduced to yourself as you are, the simplicity is completely overwhelmed by the identities that you pick up. That identities become so strong, so obsessive. I am a black man, I'm a white man, I'm a brown, I'm a yellow, I'm untouchable, I'm the high caste, I'm the low caste, I'm a man, I'm a woman. These identities, look at yourself, sit down and see for yourself, is so deeply, deeply ingrained. Your identities are so overwhelmingly ingrained in you, you forget to be simple. The simplicity of the existence is completely forgotten. It's like you refuse to see the space in mountains, rivers. Who enjoys the space? Without the space can anything exist? But who enjoys the space? Forms are so addictive. Names are so addictive. Limitations are so overwhelming. As though limitless is overwhelmed. You understand that? Understand that life. Ask yourself, will you enjoy the light that is immortality? Or you are waiting for the heat of mortality to take the hell out of you? Choice is yours, friends. Enjoy the immortality, enjoy the mortality. We shall see more of it tomorrow. Thank you. Just close your eyes for a minute. Thank you, friends. We shall see all these verses which give you instant revelation, and every one of them is like that. Every one of them. People confuse you, gurus confuse, people confuse, scholars confuse. Anybody who takes the responsibility of explaining confuses you. You are the simplest, easiest immortality. Wisdom is absolutely simple. The truth means simple. We'll see more of it tomorrow. Thank you.